Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo, the Dad in DPS, and I'm back with another episode of The Good, The Scrap, and The Script, a series where I review weapons that I've found and or bought in Appalachia, and see if they're any good. Now today's weapon is something that I know you guys will be, well, happy to see me using, at least. It's not quite the version you'd want, but it is a small compromise. Anywho, let's get on with the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Introducing the Godzilla Flame Thriller. Today's weapon's one I've had for a while. It is a quadruple ammo capacity, VATS crit, 90% reduced weight, plasma rifle. There's not really much else to say. I've modified it with Flamethrower mod because, you know, that's what everybody always yells at me to do. And we'll finally test something like this. It's not a Enclave Plasma Flamer, mainly because I can't be bothered, and we'll see just how good this weapon is without being Enclave. Either way, I am not overly fussed with these weapons, but yeah, for the sake of science. So, it's been a while since I've tested anything flamethrowery, and everybody always tells me that these are such good weapons and they're really good as basically stealth weapons because they don't make any noise. I'm just very lazy and I'm not entirely fussed with these type of things, but as you can see, they do amazing damage. There's no denying that fact. It's just they break very easily in comparison because, well, let's be honest, they don't have great durability as is, and on top of that, I get distracted by spooky bags. The kind of main advantage is the fact that they kill things so quickly, so you can fight quite a lot of enemies and use very little ammo. The quad means that against big enemies, I'm going to be able to just sustain this burst damage. And as you're seeing, I mean, it's quite decent damage. These are only level 50 Scorched, but they're dying like nothing. I mean, it's literally an instant of shots. So I'm only really using up maybe a couple of rounds per Scorched. And we'll get to see just how effective this is once we get further into the video for obvious reasons. And because it is a rifle, the commando build is the best and most optimum way to use this type of weapon because, well, you get to blow their faces off with Godzilla fire. Now, as usual, I always show the build if I don't have a consistent build video. I'm not going to linger on it. You guys know what a commando build looks like. You know what it does. Here it is. Do what you want with that information. Now, no weapon test video would be complete without our man Jeff, as he lingers in the swamp. I'm going to try and get as physically close to him as possible to see if we can get as much stealth damage with this thing off in the one go. I'm not that optimistic about it because, well, I've not got a proper sneak build on this character. But we'll get to see just how easily this kills Jeff. Yeah, that worked. That worked rather well. Let's move on to Queenie. Now, normally when it comes to the Mirelocks, I don't show you me clearing out the kings and all that kind of thing, just to give a consistent damage update. But as you can see, this thing completely slaps the kings into the ground. They are one of the more annoying enemies because of just the abilities they've got, the damage they do, and this thing just completely shreds them in no time at all. Now let's wake up Queenie. Am I still hidden? Yep, I am. And let's target her legs quickly, get her down on the floor, and then we can figure out what we want to do in terms of murdering her now in a second. We'll get her head, and then we'll just flamethrower her in the face. Oh. Now, as you can see, it's a pain in the butt when you have to clear out the enemies, but we can kill off the queen relatively quick. And finally, we get murdered, but that's usually why I clear out the enemies. I didn't want to do it this time so that you guys could see exactly what damage this thing does. Obviously, on a bloody build, if you get swarmed, you're going to die, but you can see it does really impressive damage. So, the biggest question becomes, how does this thing do in daily ops? Now, as you can see, because these enemies are cloaked, I can't get the full brunt of my effects. Now, minimum ammo you get back is 4. There we go. 8, God, I freaking hate cloaked blood bugs that explode. I'm probably gonna have to get some more health back to survive these guys. But yeah, damage in daily ops isn't too bad. The biggest problem with this particular variant is I can't get my full damage while they're cloaked, because obviously my VATS crits are a big factor here. But at the same time, it's not exactly a bad weapon for that. We're getting 16 back for some enemies. So, depending on the daily op and depending on how it's working, it depends on my teammates, all that kind of thing, there is a good chance I'll be able to get relatively decent ammo back. Because I don't know if 16 is the maximum yet. It's just a case of this gun, in its current iteration that I'm using, is best utilised in VATS, because obviously VATS crits. And when I'm using it in VATS, I'm killing these enemies a lot quicker. Freaking cave crickets. And on top of that, I've had to forgo some of my damage in order for survivability, because unfortunately these things will absolutely shred me if I have just my regular bloodied amount of health. Explosive, I don't know what it is, but explosive seems to do a lot more damage to me in daily ops than it did previously. And I could be imagining that, but I definitely feel like I'm taking actual damage opposed to before when I wasn't taking anything. So that could be a bug, or it could be that they have patched it so that, you know, you're not invincible when you're wearing a dense chest piece and with fireproof on. But that could be paranoia. Who really knows? Either way, the gun definitely does what it needs to do in daily ops, and I would heavily recommend using it. Now, while I said earlier that the biggest problem I have with this weapon is its durability, this is actually, throughout the whole filming of this video, this is what's left of the weapon. So I think maybe a combination of perks and the stuff that I put on it, and probably better knowledge of the game since the last time I used one of these, it's actually not too bad. I actually think it lasts a lot longer than I really gave it credit for originally. This has impressed me, and it'll probably make its way into my rotation from now on, basically. Maybe I should get an Enclave Plasma. Oh well. So, that was today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And let's thank our YouTube members, which are Golty, Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers, me, Deofin Gaming, Colin G, Garrett Knight, Brian RMC, Peggy McKnight, Matazbo, Dragon God Slayer X, Devilman Games, Marcus Carrasco, Scott S, and Bubba Doodle Mom. Big thanks to all of you. It's impossible to do this without the support from you guys, and anything that you want to do, whether it's just a like, a comment, or a subscribe, or you want to become a YouTube member, which you can click the join link down below, it all makes this so much easier for me to do and motivates me to continue making videos for you guys. Now, today's weapon, I genuinely am surprised, but not really. I knew it was a good weapon. I know quite often weapons are good before I use them, especially ones that I just don't really want to use. Flamers and plasma flamers are one of those ones that I just don't have as much love for. I know they're good, it's just, yeah, little bits of me go, I can't be bothered with that, I can't be bothered repairing them, I can't be bothered doing that. It's all the convenience kind of factor of it. But overall, I'm impressed. I think my knowledge of how to make a weapon a bit more durable is certainly what made this weapon better in my eyes today. So, yeah, we'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.